Pietro,
Yes.
thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much for taking the time for the interview.
Thank you for inviting me for this interview.
So we're here at Transylvanian Grand Prix actually. You had some amazing teachings. We actually had those on tape as well. They were amazing. What I wanted to discuss today with you, and I think it's interesting to a lot of people that are watching, from dancers to teachers to parents to people interested in dance sport, is I think people do not really understand so they know your technique, they know what you're thinking about, but they do not know how you got here, how you started, your story. So I would like to start with that. Like, where did you grow up? What age did you started dancing?
Okay,
what made
we go slowly, because of too many questions. For sure.
So the story of the beginning.
Okay, I'm start to dance a lot years ago. I cannot tell you my age, but I was so young.
Yes.
Was close to 14, 15 here. But in the same moment I dance, I learned important material to help my dance. And I was a music man, so I play music. And then I continue dance and play music in the same time. And then I continue my career by also music in conservatory and still compete. For sure, my career is longer, because from 14, my age still, you can count, some people already know my age, is a lot here. This makes me now with a more clear experience, so to know exactly what I want from the couples. Like today, I work especially musicality in the music, in the rhythm system. But honestly, this musicality is not enough if you know the technique and put together how the music and the technique combine together. This is my best point, because when I learn music, and this helped me to change many directions about the technique.
Interesting.
Why? I learned good technique from England, because everybody, for us, all dancers before was in England, and still I respect this technique we learn. Sometimes you feel in this technique not so comfortable, so you move, you feel strange, and you don't understand why. Especially me, I play music set. I feel so strange. What I must change? Because I think out just by technique, but we use the body to show how we dance with the music. So I change just the point of view. I start with the music to analyze which technique combine, what is the characteristic, and this is what you saw in my lecture. For sure, I use technique, but I change the point to start. And this is helping me a lot. In the moment, I have a great couple in the world. I have many couple in the final world champions also I teach. And of course, for Romania, I love this country because it's a very talented country, and nice couples. I find this point help me, for sure, like teacher, but also couples to have results. About the point, what we look depends when, it depends the levels of the couple. So if we speak about juveniles, junior, youth, we must divide. Is not the same for every couple. So depends which category we watch. Like when we teach, today was difficult to teach different levels
because
of couples.
All these kind of people in
some
the
couple
room.
is high level, some couple is beginning. So I try to make happy in the exercise everybody, and then give some choreography interesting also for high level couples. Otherwise, it's difficult to make happy everybody.
Interesting. So going back to a little bit of your story, if we can hear more about that. So you started with music, then you got into dancing, which is interesting, which gave you a really good advantage.
For sure.
And what year was this? Where, if you could tell us, obviously.
What year?
Like, where did you start? Where were you located? Like in Spain, Italy? Like, I don't know. I have no idea.
Okay, I'm Italian. I'm from Italy. Yes. Some people think I'm Spanish because I'm also organizing big events in Spain, in Madrid. Now next year is become in Alicante, but many people thinking I'm a Spanish person. No, I'm Italian from Roma. I live in Aprilia. Honestly, I start for
beautiful place.
Father of William Pino, who is my first teacher. So I'm the same city for William. We come from the same city, and then after I change, okay, I make my way. I take a different direction. And slowly, I grow up until now to have a great business. And not just this, because honestly, I'm here not because I think of business. I think because I love a passion for dance and music. This helped me a lot. Passion.
When did you start teaching?
I started teaching was very young. I started to help father William for sure was 16 here,
Wow.
17. So I started with social dance, where really you learn how you move the feet for the person, how you educate. And then I continue by social to open my school, and then I'm entering the federation. I'm like now, I'm work for WDSF Academy. I'm one of the relator to prepare the judge system, the new judge system. So I educate, especially in the music, all the judge.
Interesting. And talking about teaching, because I think this is something that I personally really like your style of teaching. I think it's has a little bit of humor in it. It's not completely like fixed. It's interesting how you teach. So what is your way of teaching when you have not a group is completely different, but when you have couples, like what is your approach to teaching?
My approach for teaching first, because especially for the music, when I try to feel difficult to combine technique with the music, I go to study different material, biomechanics. And when I analyze how the body moves in a natural way, this changed me totally in my life, because in this case, music combined perfectly with action. Honestly, the point analyzed every time for the people is the morphology of the body, first one, by the man and woman, how these combine together and make allowed to use in natural way the mechanic. This is a very important to analyze, because you cannot teach same action for everybody, because the morphology of the body is totally different. So you must be careful to analyze the structure for the people, and then by the structure.
And you do that with every couple?
For sure, because every couple is different. Otherwise we make copy, but copy doesn't work. Honestly, when you look finalist, you like because it's different. In the final we have a 6 couple every time, so different style, different interpretation. So if you produce copy, doesn't work. Means for the produce copy, you must analyze exactly morphology of the people and the ability or skills. Then about this, you can prove, you try to make a special mechanic to combine this plus music. And for sure in the partner skills, the ability of both person. As for this reason, I analyze biomechanic. Biomechanic, in the moment I analyze in 3 simple actions. For example, how you walk, how you coordinate your body weight in CBM, how the feet reaction about the mechanic, and how the rotation is coming in natural way. But this point, I go to extreme and make a design for the figure of the mechanic.
Interesting. So you look at the biomechanic. What are other things that you do in your teaching? If there's any other ones that you do specifically when you approach to teach?
This for sure, I said biomechanic and morphology, because you must create something. You have a material front. Which material? So you must understand also the ability, I said, so flexibility. How the lady or the man have a possibility to create something. So it depends about the flexibility. You create some product. If it's not flexible but fixed, but you can create another product. So you must be ready to use the material you have in the hand to create a great product.
Interesting. That's really fascinating. And what do you think? So when you teach a couple, and after then you're a judge and you see couples performing. Like, what do you look into them? Like, if you see 12 couples,
depends
quarterfinal.
Depends the moment. Is a 24 semi-final, final. Depends what you select. For sure, in the first impact, you look a nice picture and timing. This is more simple.
So that's essential.
The first, you look a nice picture, nice shape, also nice makeup. Is many companies, not just technique, but also cosmetic. Plus, for sure, technique. But you recognize when the people have good technique, because how move the body is nice coordination, elegant coordination. So this is the first point. But after, depends what you must to select and to choose to arrive in the final. Is the components is more. So you divide. I divide in from criteria. So criteria is a technique and quality, more into the music, partner skills, choreography, presentation. About these criteria, you must be expert. So you have a knowledge to be expert to so divide, because you have not just criteria but sub-component. Since a sub-component is a lot, because it's not what you ask is a generic. But honestly, we have too short time, 2 minutes maybe. In 2 minutes, you must to analyze a lot of components. So you need experience. Knowledge is experience.
Interesting. Okay. I have one more thing, and then I have a final question, which I think is interesting. What do you think makes a great? Because I put a lot of emphasis on the mind and the power of actually having a good mind and becoming a winner and a champion. What do you think is the mind of a champion? What does your mind look like? What is your mindset?
Mind of the champion is more precise the question, sorry.
Yeah, so what is like, is that a champion? Is it a disciplined person? Is a person that has a lot of passion for it? Is a person that's really detail-oriented?
Depends, for sure, is by
What
character, many champions are totally different. Some people become champion and remain the normal person in the life, like, was. Some people become champion and forget where he come from. Because ego, to be, I'm champion, I'm like this. Honestly, what I recommend every people, okay, you become champion, you must have ego in the competition. You must win, you must be and think you are the first just in the floor. And this is the best one, for sure. To win, you must believe yourself, you must think you are the first every time. So positive think is very important.
Okay, interesting. So one final question. So we always like to have people ask a question to the people that are watching. I don't know if you've heard this to William too, but okay. This is meant to be kind of a surprise. But what is a question that you would have for the people watching home, which are dancers, teachers, physicians, psychologists? We have basically everybody that would be interested in dance.
Yeah.
Like, what would be your question for them, for you to learn more about dancers and teachers and people worldwide?
I exactly don't understand the question, sorry.
So, okay, let me see. So, we have a lot of people watching.
Yeah.
And I would love you to ask a question to them.
Okay.
Like, what do you think?
People is watching, is no dancers, normal person?
The dancers,
okay.
Teachers, parents, normal people. But you ask whatever questions you like. Like, what do you eat every day? I don't know. Like, what would be something that you have a curiosity on, and that you would love them to answer? Does that make sense? Sorry, I'm speaking way too fast.
Yeah, I understand. I try to understand your question because it's interesting but complicated. Depends during my lessons or during my
something
that
you would be curious to find a lot of answers on. So if you would have 200 dancers and you could ask them one question, what would that be? So that you could get 200 answers. And
okay, interesting. No. You make this question is clear. So the first, why you dance?
Okay, interesting.
Why?
Yeah, interesting because that's the same question William had.
William said the same.
Yeah. So what is your why?
Why you dance? For passion.
Interesting.
It's a passion. Why you are here? So for what? Everything must be sense. So for this reason, you must do, okay, I want to understand your question was clear. And for me, it's clear. People today was here to the lessons with me. For what? Just to learn or because you have passion? Is okay, depends also. But it's interesting for me the first why you dance.
Okay, fascinating. Okay, thank you so much, Pietro.
Thank you.
That was an honor.
Mulțumesc.
So hope you enjoyed the video. This was one of our interviews from our interview series. We're actually going to have a series of interviews that we're going to have with top experts, physicians, nutritionists, dancers, teachers, and all sorts of other incredible people that really are placed there, and we seek them out in order to bring you, the community, the best of value that we can. So make sure you subscribe, make sure you do all those things. Remember that we also have interviews that are only audio on our podcast. So check out our website, dancesport.com, for that. And for now, thank you so much for watching, and I really hope we're going to see you in the next videos.